Ship It
Oh,
Show.
Maybe I shouldn't show this.
Oh, yeah, you can show it. It's totally fine. Is it,
Okay, great.
Wow.
is it beer?
No, it's actually not. It's just like seltzer water.
That's fancy.
Guys, we are so excited to have Nathan and Matt joining us on the Ship It Show for our Flag Means Death. Miranda, you introduced me to this show, and I'm so grateful that you did, because what a treat. It's so much fun, and the world needs to laugh right now, and you guys are so fucking hilarious. So without further ado, let me introduce you. Nathan, say hi to everybody.
Ah, thank you for having me.
You are so cute. I'm so happy you said yes. I was also telling Nathan that I say no a lot because I get asked a lot and I'm busy. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, and Nathan's like, yes. I'm like, oh, he's so sweet. Thank you.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, it's so exciting to be asked. And as I said to you, your voice was the soundtrack to my childhood, so I had to say yeah. The same can't be said for Matt.
Oh, Matt, you had no idea who I was, did you?
What about my voice?
I didn't know you by name, but once I was like, once I looked you up, I was like, oh, I see. Oh, wow. Whoa, okay, gee.
I couldn't find you on Twitter. Are you on Twitter?
I'm not on Twitter.
That's smart, actually. That's smart.
Yeah. That's actually good. That's the right move.
Yeah.
Being on Twitter is like dark and bad and wrong.
It's successful. It's horrible.
I mean, it's not because I'm morally pure, interesting. I the pressure to come up with funny things to say. It's exactly my nightmare. I just feel like I'd be at like a big party, being like, "Here's a witty thing to say," and like for me, I say like my average is like 25%, and I'm always trying to make people laugh. And like 3 out of 4 times, people are like, "Oh, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna keep trying to be funny here, but I feel like
if you change your mind and you go on Twitter, let me know and I'll LOL or do like a character of mine laughing for every tweet. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's like a huge get.
That's actually that's massive.
That's a massive upgrade.
I'm
that just fell into my lap. Wow.
Nathan, I'll give you that too.
Oh my god, yeah.
And then I'll just draw me laughing for like every single one.
There you go.
Like,
there you go.
This is on now.
This is a turning point in my whole life, bro.
Well, it's a huge show. It's a huge success. Did you guys know it was going to be so successful when you started doing it? Did you how sometimes like Greg's first actually animated show was Teen Titans with me, and we knew straight away that it was going to be a huge hit. I don't even know why we're not doing the original and the Go at the same time. It would be absolutely fine.
We're gonna.
Yeah, we could do Teen Titans Go on Ice at the same time. That would be great. But anyway, did you guys know it was going to be a big hit?
What do you think, Matt?
It's hard. Like, it definitely was weird and like had a point of view, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, Taika Waititi's going to be in it. It's going to be massive." But I was like, "It's a risky show." You know what I mean? It's like whenever you're doing something that feels very like of itself. I mean, they canceled Arrested Development. You know what I mean? And like once that happened, I was like, anything could happen. Like they could cancel anything. Like so, I have no faith in like the entertainment industry to recognize something that's great. So I was like, I hope that would be great, you know. But I don't have like an instinct for knowing what's gonna go. You know.
I think because, as Matt said, because of like Taika's involvement, there's like a certain amount of like guaranteed fandom and success that comes with that because people love him, understandably. So I knew like, oh, Taika's fans will come to the show, like they'll enjoy it, and it took a while, like because the show was dropped over like a month on HBO Max, and for the first like few episodes, for the first like half of the season, maybe even more, kind of not that much was happening. Like the show was coming out and it was kind of quiet or whatever, and I just kind of thought like, oh fine, like that's, you know, people are being nice about it or whatever, and then suddenly it just like exploded, and it has been. I never expected the show to be this successful. It's really, really crazy. I never expect. It's actually it's very funny to be asked on a podcast like this. It's so much fun because it's like I never in a million years expected to be it like have the attention of like a fandom, like such an intense fandom. It's like such a specific kind of attention, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that so much. You just gave me chills too, because you really, even when you think a show is going to be a big hit, you never know. Have you witnessed, like, are people stopping you on the street and sending packages to your house? Have you noticed any like stuff that you're like, wow, this is crazy?
I mean, the show. I live in the UK. I live in London. The show's not actually out here yet. We don't have
Oh my
HBO Max in the UK.
Mm.
So yeah, so I'm in a very. I think all of the. Then there's a lot of British cast members in the show. So I think we're all in this like slightly strange position where there's like a lot of noise online and a lot of attention online, and then I think, unless people are like watching it illegally over here, I've been stopped once so far, just by a woman telling me she enjoyed the show. I think maybe I'd be interested to know what Matt says actually, because you're based in America. So I don't know. Are you getting more?
I do get stopped. Yeah.
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 And what are people saying?
I'm like a parent, and I live like not near any cool places right now. And so it's not as much maybe if I did, but every morning we go to like this farmer's market in this hip neighborhood, and without fail, waiting in line for breakfast tacos at the Grand Army Plaza farmer's market. If there's anybody under the age of like 30, anywhere within 100 miles, you just see them, and they're so nice, and people do, yeah. And people saying things that I never had anyone say to me before, which is like, like I was having a terrible week. My job was really hard, and I just sat down and I watched your whole show, and it meant so much to me.
Aw.
And I was like, wow, geez, people are into it, And it made me wish I lived quote like more in Manhattan or something like that, so I could get more of that action.
You guys
now I
will
go to the farmer's market. I'm like, come on, wake up, kids, get up, we're going. Come on, we're going farmer's market. It's like my only interaction with like young hip society.
If you guys start going to cons, you'll see like that's the fandoms are like. You guys will be like J-Lo. Well, you'll be like great, crazy megastars there, because the online support for you guys is extraordinary. Isn't that so
I
nice?
can't tell that. I can't, because I think I just Google the show, and then you're like, well, everyone's talking about it, but like, I ask Nathan all the time, like, is it popular, or is it just because we are in a bubble?
Should we right now
it's extremely popular.
Right now on the Ship It Show make Matt start a Twitter account?
I think you should, Matt. I think you would have fun, and you don't have to be funny.
I might have an old Twitter account already.
Oh my God, you're gonna start that up right now with all of us supporting you. Wait, we're gonna play you some music.
And you're gonna go. I think you'll go viral.
You'll definitely go viral, because there's a lot of fan art of you two. Like there's a bunch of fan art, like a lot.
I get sent it. I have a private account on Instagram, and I do have 1,000 friend requests.
You gotta accept some of those requests. I can't, and also you love attention, Matt. I can't believe you're not more readily accepting the attention online. Because I love it. I'm not pretending I don't love it.
Matt, tell us your Twitter name right now. We're gonna post it on the show. This is your Twitter debut on the Ship It Show. Yeah. Everyone's gonna follow you now. All of our followers are gonna follow you right now. What is it?
Oh God.
The panic that's running through my
you can feel it just mushing out of my shirt. I can't find. I'm looking for, because I'm allowed on Twitter, but how do I find?
He can't find it.
He's not the first person I forced onto Twitter either, by the way. Nathan, while he's doing that, I wanted to ask you, do you guys, because I came from Second City in Toronto, actually, and it seems like there is, and I've seen online too, a lot of improv going on. Did you go through an improv training school? Or are you just brilliantly off the cuff like that? That's your thing.
Oh God, that's so nice. I didn't go through any improv training. I'm kind of obsessed with that world, that whole like Second City UCB world, but like very much from a distance, because we don't really have the same system over here. Like we don't really have that whole like people coming up through that, and that's how they become like I don't know, you or, you know, fucking Tina Fey or whatever. Like, we just don't have that. So, or we do, but it's much smaller and much newer and has less kind of like mythology behind it, I suppose. But yeah, so I never really did improv. I went to drama school. I trained as an actor, but we did bits of improv there, but it was quite serious. It was all quite boring. So it was that was why it's so fun on the show. I mean, a lot of it is scripted and the scripts are brilliant and so well written, but it was really nice. We did get to like, and I've said this before, but I was really surprised when I watched the show how much of the improv actually made it in, because they had us improv a lot and stuff on set, but I kind of thought it was one of those things just to kind of get us all comfortable and get us all like bonding and stuff. And then when I watched it, like every couple of scenes, I'd be like, oh my god, that made it in. That's crazy. So it was very cool that they like let us do that. Yeah,
I love that so much. It's so much fun, and you're brilliant at it. Both of you, brilliant. It's brilliant. Matt, how are we going? How are we going over there?
I found my profile.
Okay, what's it called? What's your name?
Well, it's my name, but it's my name plus my birthday. Do we think that is bad? Well, I have my
what, your actual like full birthday?
No, but
and your social security number.
Yeah,
And your credit card number and the 3 numbers on the back.
Live on the Ship It Show.
Yeah. That's
We're
why.
just gonna dox you. Like that.
Yeah.
Wait, your birthday as in what? But as in just the year?
For the month and the day, just 4 numbers.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine. So it's Matt Maher what?
1005.
Oh, that's cute.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, I see you. You
Yeah,
already
yeah,
have
yeah.
14 followers.
I have 14, but I joined, 10
15.
years ago.
Okay, I just
15.
followed you.
Oh my god, very excited.
Okay, and so he is Matt Maher 1005, and Nathan, I forget yours. It's your
I'm
name,
Nathan
right?
underscore Foad, which is my weird last name. Oh, okay. I'm just followed you, Matt.
Oh my
Like
god,
we do.
you're gonna. You know what? I'm curious after this show airs. So today you have like
followers.
14 followers or something. What is it?
I have 20, and now I have.
Okay, today you have 23. I'm gonna do a tweet after this. Oh, actually, no, I lied. I'm gonna do a tweet right now. Okay, ready? Okay,
Sarah.
I'm gonna take a
Sarah's
picture.
just.
Okay,
she's-
everybody say
The
cheese.
the
Everybody say
chaos of this
cheese.
is so fun.
Okay, Matt, say
It's pretty
cheese.
right.
Okay, look. This is what I'm gonna do. Watch
Oh
this
my
happen.
This is
God.
amazing. This is
Okay,
amazing.
She just.
Yeah.
Do
She's
you
like
even
this. She's
know
like this all the
what-
time.
Do you even know what a big deal this is? This is crazy. This is happening. I'm actually furious.
Yeah, it's a big deal. In your case, a big deal for me.
The first ever Twitter birthing on the Ship It Show.
The Twitter
Twitter birth. The first ever
This
Twitter
is
birth.
deranged.
Like,
I mean,
I run the Twitter, and I'm just gonna like.
Okay,
Like
watch.
all of my tweets are gonna be about Matt now.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Maybe this will
Okay,
be-
but seriously though, after this show, I'm gonna do fan art of you too because I haven't yet, and I think that's a crime.
You
Oh,
haven't?
I don't.
Thank you. I mean,
I've
thank
not
you
done
for
this
saying
shit
it.
ton. I'm 100% going to do it. 1,000%.
Yeah, that's amazing. I really love when people draw me and Matt together. I think it's really
Yeah, cute.
fun.
There
What's
was-
what's your gripe, Matt? You have a gripe with you, there's something you don't like about the way that we get drawn together?
No. I am surprised because sometimes it's the same as seeing myself on screen, which I find kind of mortifying to begin
Right.
with. But then to see an artist rendition of yourself, like sometimes I'm just like, you like really, just like a bulbous round, like a beast of a person. Sometimes the way they see me, they're like, oh yeah, Black Pete. And just like, oh.
Whoa.
Okay.
Matt, what I'm trying to get Matt to admit is that Matt doesn't like that I always get drawn so much taller than him.
Oh, much taller.
Yeah.
So taller.
I mean,
Like-
I actually forget. Am I that much taller than you? How tall are you?
Yeah. You're a little taller than me.
I'm a little taller than you. It's a tall
5'11".
cast, though. You're 5'11". I'm 6'1". Okay, yeah, but they do draw you
Like I'm
like
a little-
you're my
like
little
I'm
pet or something.
Yeah, like I'm. Yeah. Like
I
I'm
won't make
rescued.
that mistake. I promise. I will
you
not.
guys, welcome to the world. If you knew how much crazy shit was drawn of Greg and I, like in
Yeah.
the
Oh
most
my God.
precarious situations, with the most
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's
can't
also
imagine.
actually don't look. Actually, don't look. Actually, don't look. Okay, I
But
just
there was one piece of fan art that I really loved where it's like all of it are just like kind of sweet and being cuddly or giving each other a face. But then there was one piece of fan art which not only sort of looked kind of flattering, but it's just a Black Pete going like this gesture
Oh,
to
the like Will
Lucius.
Smith.
The little meme.
Yeah,
the-
just like, and I
Yeah.
was like, that is actually
is
kind of
so
like
cute.
our off camera dynamic.
Oh.
And you don't see that so much in the show, me like being like, look at Lucius. But it is kind of, there must be something like that, something in that dynamic in the show for that person to have picked that up. I thought that was a very astute
Yeah,
drawing.
you
Oh,
love
there-
that. Matt texted that to me. He really
did.
he loves that.
Yeah, the fans don't miss a thing, by the way.
Na-
They don't miss
Yeah.
a thing.
Nathan's a bit of a show pony. You know what I mean?
Oh, we could talk ponies, Nathan. We could talk ponies all day. I want to hear also.
I'm gonna get so punished for saying that on a Nathan's gonna fly
Just
over-
FaceTime immediately after we finish.
Yeah. Your FaceTime is just your
I want to hear about your audition process.
Yeah.
Like, how did you tell me what happened?
Matt.
It was pretty basic, actually. I mean, it was just an on tape thing, and that was it. There was no test. There was no nothing. I put an audition on tape. Like it was 3 scenes, both from the first and second episodes, and like an improv, as though we were being interviewed, like on The Office or something like that, or on the reality TV show where we talked about, you know, how pirating is going so far and something else, and what kind of pirate do you see yourself as? And then we filmed it on like election day. My wife read it with me, and we filmed it like while, you know, we all thought Trump was going to win the election, and sent it off, and that's it. And we didn't hear anything for 6 weeks, and then we in mid-December.
God, what a it's so crazy, isn't it? The way that you like things get attached. The fact that you did. Do you know what I mean? Like the way that memories get attached to events like that.
Yeah.
Mine was very similar. I suppose I had a slightly weirder way in that, like, I said I went to drama school when I was 18, and I did, and sort of hated it, and graduated when I was 21, and kind of swore off acting. I didn't act for the longest time, and I'm because my main job that I do is like I'm a writer. I'm like a TV writer in the UK, so I write comedy. And I wasn't acting at all. I didn't have acting rep or anything like that. I didn't have an acting age. I was just repped as like a writer, and I was just like making my way as a comedy writer. And then I started making like Twitter videos. So it's like all coming back to Twitter, really, is what we're realizing. Like I started making these like character comedy videos on Twitter, like for my friends. To like it was started off on Instagram, and then I started posting them on Twitter, and they like gained some traction. And then Taika followed me on Twitter, like in like 2018 or 2019 or something like that, and he would like message me sometimes, which was like the craziest thing, because I so wasn't like interested in being a performer, but he would just be like, hey man, like I love your videos. And I'd be like, oh my God, that's so... I remember one of my friends joking with me at the time. She was like, oh my God, he's like so gonna, you know, put you in something one day. And I was like, that's not how that works, babe. And then I got in like, the November or December of 2020, like peak lockdown, I got an email from my like American writing reps. And they were like, hey, we've got this like self-tape for you. It's for like this new Taika Waititi project. Do you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, okay. I mean, I'll do it. But like, it just seemed like it seemed like the biggest gamble in the world. And I did the tape, and like 2 weeks later, I got it. I didn't do like chemistry reads or anything. It was just, I think COVID like weirdly played in my favor in that sense, because it's like nothing, we didn't have to physically meet anyone, like they didn't fly anyone anywhere for like screen tests or anything. It was just like I just did the one tape and then got it. It was like the craziest.
Isn't that
like
brilliant?
the luckiest.
It's so much less stressful, because the truth is the auditions, everyone always says this, but it's true that the audition is the job, and it's so stressful. And being able to, I mean, I always do voiceover auditions by myself in the studio, but on camera auditions, sometimes you get nervous or you forget a line. Being able to like do it first and then send it. I also booked an on-camera series during COVID from my house, from an audition shooting in Canada. It was fucking brilliant. It was great. It takes all the pressure off. It's just quite lovely. I love it so much. You know, when we were speaking to the cosplayers yesterday, they were so grateful to have, obviously, a show about gay pirates, but the idea about embracing their sexuality without it being too gratuitous. And there were a couple of asexual people on yesterday that they were really identifying with the show. And also, your shows opened up a whole world of not just, I think, acceptance, but like highlighting and celebrating this love that of course has been around forever. Do you guys get a lot of feedback about that? Because it's just so fucking beautiful and lovely and hilarious and real and raw and wonderful.
Mm.
I mean, we get all the messages that I get sent, you know, over Instagram, and all the fan art. All the fan art comes with like a long caption about
Yeah.
like, this is made it possible for me to do XYZ. You know, I like a lot of the people that approach me are clearly affected, part of that group, you know what I mean, who would be affected by that. And they, yeah, weirdly, where you see a lot of it, if you look on actually David Jenkins' Twitter page, he gets sent a lot of like letters, like thank you notes that are really pretty moving. Actually,
I love that so much.
Yeah.
How about you,
Yeah,
Nathan?
it's really special. It's and I guess I did anticipate that slightly, particularly, and it was very like, it's a very cool, nice, relaxing thing to be like a gay actor and just like play gay in a show, and like it never be. And I knew the character was gay when I auditioned for it. It wasn't like it wasn't like I got the role and was like, oh no, what if they want me to like play straight or whatever. It was just like from the off, the character was written as like canonically gay, which is cool. And I mean, it's amazing that people, yeah, we get a bunch of stuff like that. I get messages constantly and tagged and stuff. People saying that it's like changed their lives and the way that they view themselves, and like trans people saying that they've been able to like come out as trans or like non-binary as a result of the show, which is like, yeah. I mean, it's a huge thing to receive, of course. It's like and I've only had that said to me on the internet. I don't know if I don't have. I wouldn't know quite how to receive that in person because it's so massive. But it's really cool. It's like an amazing thing. Of course, that's sick. And like, and you know, and I've had pieces of like TV and film and media that have like changed my life in the way that I view myself. So it's like, to be a part of that for other people is like, to be a very small part of that for other people is like crazy. It's so
Well,
special.
it's no longer a small part, it's a huge part. And I think it's really wonderful. And I think as actors, and I know Beastie and I experience this at Comic Cons all the time, isn't it so nice? Like when you think that we're probably here on this earth to inspire and help and see people and make people feel good and all like positive energy stuff, the fact that you can touch people around the world in such a nice, positive way, isn't it so fucking rewarding? It's like, wow, like someone says, you know, I feel safe coming out because of you. I feel less depressed because of you. It's like, wow, you feel like so touched to be able to touch people in that way. It's just so lovely.
Yeah, 100%.
And watching the show, I mean, I didn't watch a lot of it, but because I can't stand watching myself act. But
is that true?
Yes, I cannot. I get afflicted with like the most like severe imposter syndrome. That
no.
But what I did pick up is that like, right, how nice the show is. Like how everybody, and I felt like that was happening already, like how sweet everybody ultimately is to each other. And that the heroes are really, really like the nice people, not the like grouchy jerks. You know what I mean? And that like a friend of mine was telling me, because there are now these quizzes, like which our flag means death character are you? And she's like, less than 1% of the people identify as like are Black Pete's. That's because nobody would answer on a quiz like, yes, I'm bitter and jealous.
No one, I mean, it is true, like, we love you, Matt, but no one wants to be the Black Pete in the room.
No one
like,
wants
they just don't.
That's right. And I do think that like people watching are like, no, I'm a sweet guy. I'm like a, you know, I'm or, you know, I'm a great cook. I take care of people, you know, that people want to be adventurous and sweet and nice, you know.
Oh, I love that so much. Cute. Beastie, do you want to ask your question before we get to the fan questions? Because I want to keep them here forever. Greg has one question that he loves to ask all the time.
Ship, marry, kill someone from the show as yourself or your characters.
Okay, oh my god. I mean, this is I get so nervous now being asked about. Not nervous, it's fun, but like the fandom are so horny. That already me saying that is gonna get jiffed on Tumblr time. Like so anytime I say anything about any of the male cast members, they're all like rabid for it. So I've got to be careful. Okay, okay, ship, marry, kill. Okay, okay. Listen now, old Matt. Do you want to?
Oh,
do you want to?
Wait,
That's
Terrence,
why.
maybe
That's why
Terrence
we're
should
called
go
the Ship It
first.
Show, Matt.
Yeah.
That's shipping.
Terrence-
Shipping in fandoms are imagining two characters in relationship. That's what that means.
Yeah, so like so Lucius and Black Pete are in a ship.
You guys are in a pretty
Mm.
canon ship. So if someone says to you, "Who do you ship?" Like, "Oh, I ship that." If someone says, "I ship that," it means, "Oh, I like the thought of, Harley and Ivy together. I like that shit."
And in
Yeah.
this context, what are we saying? How are we delineating ship and marry?
Do
you know what I mean?
Who would you like just strictly hook up with, and then who would you marry?
Okay, this is good. Okay.
And
I
this
think
is from the perspective of somebody not in the show.
No, of you.
We're
of
ruining.
us as people.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're ruining it. We're ruining. We're carving this game.
I could do it easily. I don't know.
Okay.
You're not struggling. Okay.
Okay,
so,
go Nathan.
Okay. I'm gonna say ship. People are gonna go crazy with this, but I think maybe Joel Fry, who plays Frenchie, is so handsome. He's such a gorgeous guy. So I'm gonna say ship. I'm gonna say ship Frenchie. I'm gonna say marry. I gotta say Matt. I think me and Matt would actually have a beautiful marriage together.
Yeah.
Aw.
We have a great marriage.
I think we really would.
Yeah.
Kill. Who would I kill?
Yeah. This is. I'm really. Hold on. Yeah. Are we recording? Okay, great.
Like the
Like-
character, like which character? would
Okay,
you
which
kill?
character would I kill? Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm shipping Frenchie. I'm marrying Black P. I'm killing. I think I would probably kill Izzy because he's. I think that like people are gonna be furious.
No, there were
Everybody-
so many people yesterday. There were a couple
Everybody said
cosplayers.
that yesterday.
Yeah, I'd kill Izzy just because he's such a furious little man, and they're my least favorite breed of men. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Just angry little men.
Yes.
Love Con O'Neill, adore Con O'Neill, but I would kill Izzy.
He's the loveliest guy, isn't he? I don't know him,
Oh.
but my guess, yeah.
The
Yes,
best, one of the greatest humans, genuinely,
Aw.
an angel.
Aw.
I love
Matt,
that.
have you got your answers?
Yeah, I would ship the Swede. Very sexy guy. The Swede, great hair. You know what I mean?
He does have great hair.
Say, Greg, that
And
you're
a
Thank you.
rocking bard as well.
Oh,
I've got to
God.
say.
yeah.
Nat Faxon would take his shirt off at the drop of a hat.
Wow.
It became like a running joke on set where he'd be like, anytime they'd have us like do background stuff, he'd be like, "Which part taking my shirt off, right?" Like he was just like he was so desperate to take his shirt off.
He's
So
the
yeah,
only Californian in the show, like, and he's actually from Boston, but he's lived in LA a long time, and he surfs every day. He's hockey, and he's just like a dude, and he just loves to take off his shirt and like show off his like surfer spot and just hang out. He
Aw.
would be a great great fling with the Swede.
Okay,
Fun
okay.
loving.
And who are you gonna marry?
Well, Lucius, of
Okay.
course. If
Of course.
Lucius would take Lucius would take care of me, you know what I mean? Keep me honest. And who would I kill? I mean, Izzy, yes. Who would I kill? I guess Izzy. I guess.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think Izzy's a pretty solid answer.
Yeah.
What we said yesterday is he's pretty killable, so that makes
He's
sense.
A
very-
lot of people said kill Calico Jack again. Like-
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Jack. Yeah. I'll go. I
That is
like
such a good answer, actually. If Calico Jack weren't already dead, I would have.
Yeah, right. He's such an asshole.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
before we let them go, we need to ask them like one or two fan questions, or else they're
Yes,
gonna
Okay,
kill us.
yes,
Go
yes,
ahead.
yes. Okay.
Yeah, please.
So I have a couple here.
I'm sorry it's gone long, but you guys are brilliant and hilarious. and this
No.
has been loads of
Honestly,
fun.
I'm really not in any rush.
Oh,
to
Okay,
please.
good.
Yeah, 4 hours later. Like, no. I have another
I
I'm
miss,
like,
I
I'm
miss
never
the
thinking about my process.
Process.
Okay. Like, yeah.
Okay, so we got a question from Ames. Many of the most iconic moments on the show have turned out to be improvised. We talked about this. Did you guys get to improvise together? And if so, what was your favorite improv moment?
We did actually. I can think of a really nice.
All the time.
After we did a bunch of improv together, I think, but I really liked the first kind of like romantic or like sexual scene that Black Pete and Lucius had together after they've been like canoodling behind the barrels, and then they get up and Izzy comes in and like tells me to go do some work. Like we improvised at the end, do you remember? And like they truly used like 3 seconds of it, but we were so self-indulgent, we improvised for so long. But because I think they wanted some like awkward flirting, you know. It's at the very end where we're like, well, this was fun.
Yeah, like,
we're,
okay,
you
so
know,
I'll call you maybe.
yeah.
They could probably
Yeah.
do an outtakes of a lot of your improv moments.
It
I
was
would
fun. I really
kill for a
liked doing
blooper
that.
reel.
Yeah, they should do
Yeah.
that.
Blooper reel,
But
please.
that we got to improv that. That was very fun. And then there's bits all throughout the show. I mean, we just like.
There was one
I think we were
that
slightly
never made
addicted.
it after in the later, I forget which one it was, but where like you're freaking out and I asked if you have a nervous tummy. And
That made it in the
at some point
show.
we started to sort of a lot of that's in, but we had like a full like kind of mini argument where it's just sort of like you're not you're not the only one captured by the British here, you know. You were like freaking out. I was like feeling very wounded. You were being very happy with me, and I was like, what is your deal? You know, like I was like, why?
Wow, I'd really forgotten about that.
Yeah, we did a
actually.
whole bit, but I think the cameras weren't even going. Like I think it was.
Yeah.
Wow. I love
It was
that.
like everyone had gone home for the day, and we
Yeah,
were much
it
like
was-
this podcast.
They were like
we just can't stop
setting up
talking.
the
I
light.
love that. All right, one more, Miranda. One more fan question.
Okay. We have. Any ideas on Lucius and Pete's backstories and how they ended up as pirates? As there's quite a few fan theories, as well as Lucius's line about pickpocketing, but I'm curious to hear what the asters think. That's from Theo. So backstories, because Lucius has a line about pickpocketing.
Yeah, I mean, I like privately, I mean, this was me like trying to be a real actor when I got the job. Like I privately came up with like a backstory for Lucius that I have that I won't share the specifics of the backstory just because also it's like it's not like canon in the show, so there's every chance that one you don't want to say the backstory that you've come up with in case eventually the writing like contradicts the backstory then it's just embarrassing. But I had a backstory about Lucius kind of the pickpocketing plays a big part in it, and it's actually really sad. The backstory that I came up with was so sort of like tragic and horrible, and I was like, I just want to throw that away. But what about you, Matt? Did you come up with one?
I had like a little bit of one. It was also kind of really tragic and sad. You know, these are basically they're homeless people who live on the ocean rather than in the city. They have no lives, and it's a terrible, terrible existence being a pirate. You learn when you do any research, and so I had a vague backstory, but it's not work. It's very tragic and orphany and like starting out.
Yeah. I feel like I think that we're all of a very similar flavor because as you say, it's like pirates are already like society's outcasts, and then we were like bad pirates, so we were like the outcasts of the outcasts.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it was like all of the crew members of the Revenge made a lot of very bad, terrible decisions in their lives to get where they are. So in order to make it make sense, we all had to come up with some pretty sad backstories, I think.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
That's
We
great.
Are you guys did they ask you to come to Comic-Con in San Diego? That would be really fun for you guys.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
That would be so fun. I would love to do something like that.
I'm telling HBO right now, you should definitely have these guys. I'll meet you there. Greg will
Oh my
meet you there.
gosh, I got an idea. We can get a ship, like an actual like little sailboat kind of ship. We can have a ship and ship.
Genius.
We could pull up right there at the Comic-Con at one of those docks.
The docks in San Diego.
Yeah, right
You know
there.
what? That's a brilliant idea, actually, for your
I'll like
show.
totally drop.
Our show.
Not
Together.
well, but it would be brilliant for their show too. And HBO's got the cash to put up.
Yeah,
big
HBO.
shows.
And
Come
then
on.
the Ship It show should come and record on the ship.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You
yes.
guys, this has been so lovely. You're both just so lovely. I know, Nathan, you have another show on right now. If you wanted to talk about it or
Yes.
anything else you wanted to promote.
Newark.
I do. I have a show. It's so annoying to talk about because it's not like our flag isn't available in the UK. Newark isn't available in the US, but for any British listeners, I have a show that I showrun in the UK called Newark, which is like a kind of like family sitcom, like part family sitcom, part coming of age story. It's on UK TV Gold and Now TV. Sorry, Matt, say that again.
It was amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I watched it. I got a illegal link. Not from Nathan. Why am I saying that? I happen to know that it's amazing.
Aw. Well, I can't wait to see
Thanks,
it.
man.
And of course, I can't wait till you give me a part on it too. I'll be brilliant. You can give me like any part.
Oh my God.
I played a British witch
Wow,
on
yeah.
Sabrina. Did you know that? Have you ever seen Sabrina Goes to Rome? I was Gwen.
Oh.
Wait, are you actually? Because
Yeah.
I loved Sabrina Goes to
I'm
Rome.
Gwen. Oh, Frizzle, I never got any spells right.
Oh my
I was living
God.
I was living with a London boy when I booked it. And I just copied him the whole time, but
That is huge. And also, I mean, ultimately we couldn't afford you, but
yeah, you could. I get a free trip to the UK. I'm on my way. I want
That is a very good accent.
Nathan, I also
That is-
want to hear what characters you liked of mine growing up because I'm going to give you a little love.
You're not. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that was crazy. I mean,
Do it.
I
Do it.
grew, and when I told my boyfriend I was doing this, he freaked the fuck out. Because I grew up on Valley Odd Parents. I really did.
Oh, obtuse rubber goose, green moose, guava juice. I wish you were on our show. Nathan, you're brilliant. Matt, you're awesome. I wish all your dreams come true.
I honest, I could cry. that is truly one of the greatest things that's ever
So good.
happened to me. Fuck HBO. Fuck Our Flag Means Dead. That's my greatest achievement.
Yay!
Oh,
Timmy Turner for
wow.
the win.
Oh,
Oh my God.
so much.
I
could
never get to
sob.
hear Tara do it. And whenever I hear her do it, I'm just like, oh my God.
People, I did it on camera pilot this weekend with Carlos Rocky, and they wanted us to do like we shot a few TikToks of Crocker and Timmy, and people were on the floor like with Crocker and Timmy. People love that show so much.
I'm sweating. That
Aw.
is truly the most exciting thing that's ever happened.
Nathan,
Thank you so
text
much.
me. I'll do your voice message for you, like your outgoing voice.
Oh my
Oh,
God. This is the
wow.
greatest day of my life. This is
Oh,
crazy.
wow. It's all wins. All
Oh,
wins.
let's check
God.
Matt's Twitter. Let's see if it went up. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
If it hasn't, then you've only got yourself to blame, Matt, honestly.
Or maybe I'm not as popular as I think. Let's see.
I still can't figure out how consistently to see my,
We'll have to give you a lesson on Twitter.
yeah, or just on like signing into things.
You
Okay.
can't even
Well,
sign in.
let's check after this show airs how much that goes.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a good
that's a
idea.
good idea.
Let's do
We're
that.
just recording it because no one's heard.
And
Well,
it'll
I-
be up next Tuesday.
I did tweet about it at the beginning of the show, and we already have 4,118 impressions on it. But we'll see how that
Ooh.
translates into followers after this show airs.
My
That's-
Twitter
that's
is
fun.
not very popular, but I will retweet it. I'll do it.
And
I'll do the same.
and Matt, we're gonna laugh at everything you say. We're gonna
good.
support you. We're there for you.
Yeah,
You
that's
guys-
a good promise. You're
is
gonna be
there-
like, God, why do I need to laugh at this dork's bad joke?
But before we wrap up, is there anything else you guys wanted to promote or talk about, or charities you wanted to plug while we're here? Shows coming up? Anything? Feel free. You don't have to have anything.
Matt, I feel like you have more coming out than I do.
I'm on a show called Outer Range, which doesn't need me to promote it because
Cool.
it's on Amazon
Ooh,
Prime.
ooh, ooh. I've heard
And
of
then
it.
I'm on
I want to
another
watch it.
show coming out on Apple Plus called Hello Tomorrow. which is
Amazing.
out in the fall.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's
You're
cool.
welcome.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to plug. Just thank you I'm sure a lot of our Flag fans will listen to this. And thanks, guys. We love you. You're the
Yeah.
You
greatest.
guys.
Like I am very, very I'm made very, very happy by all the support in the show and by people connecting with it. And it is much more than I had hoped would happen. And I feel like I do feel like the fans have sort of taken it and made it theirs, which is, I feel like, particularly for a television show, exactly, or any art, but particularly for this, is exactly what wants to happen.
Aw, you guys, I love it. I love when good people have great things happen. You guys deserve it. You're both just authentic and lovely. And thank you so much for giving us your time today. It's been so
Thank
much fun.
you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Seriously.
Amazing.
It's been a real joy. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting
Oh,
us.
can I do like a little screenshot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Let's do a little
please.
picture.
Here we go.
All right. Cheese. Cute.
Yeah, we did it.
Thanks,
Yay,
everybody.
we did it.
Have a lovely day.
Bye, all. Have a gorgeous day.
Aw.
Bye. Bye. All right. Bye. Bye.
Kiss it.